Brand new car is roaring, come through and it's roaring. You ain't gotta worry, don't care about your boyfriend. Whoa. None of you guys get fly as me. Whoa. Matter of fact, none of you guys get me. Whoa. Post my drip up daily just so they can see. Whoa. What's up, y'all? It's your girl Jordan from MyMillenniumProject.com, where we conquer all things fashion, beauty, and life. Intro. What it do? Today I'm gonna be showing y'all my foundation routine. Today I'm gonna be showing y'all how I got this look, my foundation routine. It's all about the face today. It's all about the face, it's all about the foundation, it's all about the highlight, it's all about the contour. We're taking it to the basics today. So if you wanna see how I got this look, stay tuned. Okay, y'all, let's get started. So the first thing I wanna talk about is my skin type. I have oily to combination skin, dry around my face, oily in my T-zone. Y'all know the deal. So when you're doing your foundation, you want your foundation to last all day. Y'all know how your skin get oily, makeup starts sliding, it's coming off. It's not a good look. So it's two things I do to combat oiliness. The first is make sure my skin is hydrated. 9 times out of 10, oily skin is dehydrated skin. So you want to make sure you're hydrating your skin, and I make sure I do that within my skincare routine. I use hydrating products. And secondly, you can use, mattifying products, which we're gonna get into later in the video. So my first thing that I'm gonna do is use my Ordinary Hyaluronic Acid Serum. This is a hydrating serum. I'm putting this on so my skin will be hydrated, and it just makes your makeup look better to me. Like, it just makes my makeup melt into my face, I feel like, because my skin is just hydrated. Like, when your skin is dry and you put on makeup and it just makes it look drier? That's not what we want. We want liquid. We want, you put your makeup on, you put your foundation on, it just melt into your skin. So that's the first thing I'm gonna do. I didn't put on a lot. Next, we're gonna prime. I use 2 primers when I'm doing my makeup. The first is the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. This primer is clear, like silicone. It's like a silicone based primer, and I'm gonna put this around my face. This is just gonna give me a nice smooth canvas to work on. So like I just mentioned before, some things we can do to combat oiliness is gonna be in the products that we use. Next, I'm gonna go in my Becca Evermatte Pore Perfecting Primer. And this is a mattifying primer. So I'm only going to put this in my T-zone because it really does mattify your face. And I don't want a whole matte face. I just want to do some oil control in some areas. So I'm going to put that in my nose, on my nose, around my mouth, and in my forehead a little bit. Next is foundation. Today I'm going to be using my Maybelline Fit Me foundation. This is my favorite, well, it's not my favorite foundation. It's like one of the only of the 3 foundations I use. But Maybelline Fit Me never let me down. Y'all know how I go. This is the shade 335 Classic Tan. Okay, now that we have our foundation on, we're gonna go in and conceal, highlight, contour, all that stuff. So the first concealer I'm gonna go in is with my Nars Creamy Radiant Concealer. This is in the shade Amande, and this is actually my skin tone. So I'm gonna use this concealer and go around my mouth. So it's a couple of reasons that I put the concealer around my mouth. The first is, like, I have, and like, it's a common for women of color to have like discoloration around their mouth. It's like darker than the rest of their skin. So this will help combat that because it's like thicker than the foundation. The second reason is smile lines. You know when you've been wearing your makeup for a long time, then you start get creasing around your mouth when you smile. This will help combat that. So we're gonna let that dry down a little bit, then blend it out. Secondly, I'm gonna go in with my NYX HD Concealer. This is in the shade Caramel. I love this concealer, y'all. It's kind of like the same consistency of the Nars concealer for a cheaper price. And I'm going to use this to highlight. I love this shade because it's super yellow. So this concealer right here and the one around my mouth, we're going to let it dry down a little bit to give you more coverage. If you blend it out as soon as you put it on, it's going to move around a lot. If you just let it dry down just a tad, it'll give you more coverage. We're not going to do that on the forehead and nose because that's where we put our mattifying primer. So that's going to dry down way quicker. I'm going to go in with another NYX HD Concealer to contour a little bit, and it's in the shade Cocoa. For contour, I never go in too heavy because one, my face is already narrow, and two, contour can get really messy if you do it wrong. Like if you put on too much, it can get a little like muddy and can spread too far out. So I just going to do a little bit. I'm taking that same brush I used to blend out my foundation to blend out the concealer around my mouth. Next, I'm going to take this beauty sponge. This one is from Beauty Bakery. I like these sponges a lot. They like, you get 6 of them for $18. The only thing is, when they get wet, they get super huge, so it's kind of hard to get under the eye. I'm going to take this and start blending out my forehead, my nose, and then my contour. Again, I'm letting my under eye dry down a little bit. Now that we got the rest of the face blended out, I'm going to go ahead and do my under eye. Just make sure you blend, 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 y'all. We don't want no harsh lines. We don't want nobody to be able to clock our highlight, our contour, none of that. So just blend till you can't blend no more, girl. Basically. Whew. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is set our under eye. And I'm going to be using the Fenty Beauty Pro Filt'r powder. This is in the shade Honey. When this powder and the concealer first came out, I did not like it because I didn't like the concealer at all. And I had a really hard time with the concealer. I posted about it on my blog. The concealer was not it for me, so it made me not like the powder either. But once I used the powder on its own, I really like this powder a lot. I used to be a Sacha Buttercup user, and ain't nothing wrong with Sacha Buttercup, but I like this powder. It gives me like a velvet finish. So I started using this. The only thing I would say is this powder does have a scent to it. It has like a fragrance. So if you're sensitive to fragrance, don't buy this. So I'm gonna dip my sponge in my powder, dip it on my hand to get off the excess, then press it into my under eye. I'm also gonna put powder around the concealer that I put around my mouth. This again is gonna help us fight smile lines. You want to make sure that you're really pressing it in there. Okay, okay. Now that you look like a powdered donut, we should be good to go. But yeah, I'm putting the powder right around the smile lines. And I'm telling y'all, you're not gonna have smile lines anymore if you follow that. I promise you. If you do, if you get smile lines after you follow that part of this routine, sue me, period. So I'm gonna let that set for a little bit. I don't really bake, I guess. Not really. I just let it set for a tiny bit of time. Y'all wanna know something I used to do that was so dumb? When I used to wipe this powder off, I used to put my brush in my face powder first, then wipe this off, and then wonder like, wow, you can't even see my highlight anymore. Duh, girl, because you just covered it up. I'm gonna take this clean brush. It doesn't have anything on it to dust this off. And when you get in your under eye, you can kind of squeeze the brush a little bit to make it look like a, kind of like a broom, and sweep it. And make sure you're sweeping it up, not down. Okay, so now if you just feel like you got so much powder on, you can't get ready. Wait, we have more powder to put on. Next, I'm gonna take my Sephora Microsmooth powder in the shade Tan 40. This is my skin tone. I'll just take that over my face. Kind of like under the contour, around my mouth, on the forehead, girl, get the forehead, around the nose. It's just, you know, like a little smoothing, a little finishing powder, girl. Yes, child. Okay. Next, I'm not really a bronzer girl, but I'm gonna take this NYX matte bronzer in the shade Deep Tan. Everything in for black people is tan, deep mahogany, girl. But I'm gonna just, you know, take that over the contour. Just warm up the face a little bit after we just took all the color out of it. If you got a 5 head, you know, like me, you know, you just want to add a little shadow to it, add a little depth, a little dimension. If you ever, pro tip, if you ever like go in too heavy with your contour, if you go in too heavy with anything, take that brush that you used to put on your face powder, and you don't even have to put any powder on it because it has some up there, and just kind of go over it, and it'll kind of mute it out a little bit if it's too strong. It's like this is too harsh. And you don't really have those harsh lines anymore. Okay. Y'all, let me tell y'all, I don't know if I'm late to the game or early to the game, but I never used to wear blush. Like, I used to be like, you know how like soft glam has been on trend a lot? I feel like blush is like a big part of soft glam. So I went and bought this Milani Baked Blush from Ulta. This is in the shade Rose Dior. I don't know. But I feel like you have to, if for black women, you have to make sure you're getting the right shade of blush. If it's too pink, it's gonna be like, girl, no. But this one is like a coral. This is like a coral shade, and I actually like it a lot. So I'm gonna put that on. This is a horrible face. Oh my god. Again, take that face powder and just kind of blend it in a little bit. Okay, so now I'm going to do my eyebrows, mascara, all that stuff off camera. Then I'll be back to finish my face up. Okay, y'all, I'm back. While I was gone, I added a little shape to my eyebrows. Nothing crazy. My eyebrows are already very thick. I used a NYX micro brow pencil. I used a NYX micro brow pencil, and then I took this shade Edges right here and this shade Ginger and popped that in my crease. That's from the Jackie Aina Anastasia palette, and I put on some mascara. It's time for setting spray. I'm going to be using the Too Faced Hangover Prescription 3-in-1 setting spray. Hopefully I don't choke. I'm cover up the hair, girl. Cover up the head. Setting spray is actually one of my favorite parts of doing my makeup because it just makes your makeup look melted. Like, yes, girl, melt it all together so I don't look caked up, period. And I'm gonna just fan it. Next, it's time for highlighter. I'm gonna be using my Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit, and I'm gonna use the shade Tourmaline right here. I put that on the high points of my cheeks and under my brow. Again, I'm gonna take the brush that I put on my face powder with and just go over it. I hate when the highlighter looks like it's sitting on your face. Like, that's not a good look at all. So I'm gonna just kind of go over it a little bit. And last but not least, lips. I'm gonna go in with my MAC Cork lip liner. A very good lip liner for women of color. If you don't have MAC Cork, go get it, girl. And then I'm gonna go in with my NYX lingerie gloss in the shade Butter. Ta-da! And we're all done. I hope you guys like this video. Hope you learned something from this video. If you like this video, make sure you like it, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see y'all in the next one.